Hello everyone, and today I'm going to talk about some of our mockups that we have created for our project Haircut Jungle. And as you can see that here is the main screen of our project, and we have actually come up with a few different modes for the game, and the basic idea behind the game is to teach the user the basics of haircutting. So the basics can include the length of the hair and some other parameters, and we will talk about them later in this video. But for now, I just want to talk about the two main modes of the game, and they are, one is big hairstyle and the other is my choice. And both of these modes are basically based on the premises that whenever you actually perform the haircutting, you actually have two options. You can actually play around with the hair, you can have anything that you want to do with the hair, and the other option is of course to have a predefined set of rules in your mind and to know what kind of haircut you want to do, and then proceed with uh, hair that don't look like that but they end up looking like that. So you can either play in the pick hairstyle mode where you actually choose a haircut and then try to do your haircutting according to that, or my choice mode where you can just do anything with the hair and see how it looks. And if you don't know anything about haircutting and you're just a beginner, you can actually use the learn basics mode. So we will start by going here and seeing what happens. So this is very similar to what I have told you before. The application of course uses virtual haircutting on a 3D model, and you obviously have the pick hairstyle mode and the my choice mode. And of course we've added the option to give feedback. Going back to the main screen, let's first have a look at the pick hairstyle mode. So over here we have a few hairstyles for men and few for women. The idea is that these hairstyles will be stored in our database, and based on that the user can actually click on any one of these to choose a haircut. So let's say I want to do women's hair, and I click on say this one, and then I can actually start the haircutting. And once I do that, I actually get a 3D model, and on this 3D model I can do various steps. For example, I can draw the hair on top of the head, and I can rotate the 3D head, I can zoom in, I can zoom out, and when the hair are drawn I can actually lift all the hair up and perform a cut on the hair. And if I don't like what I have done, I want to start over, I can click on this button. And if I think that I am done and I want to see how my haircut looks at the end, and how good it is as compared to the original one, I can click on finish haircut, and it will show me the original haircut and also the haircut that I have done. And based on an algorithm, it will actually calculate the percentage of how similar my haircut is to the original one. So and once you're done, you can actually of course give feedback or go back to home. This is similar to what is what is like a test. So you if you think you're good with haircutting, you can use this mode to actually pick a haircut and then perform your own haircut and see how close you are. Now of course if you're a little a beginner, you don't want to choose this mode, you would like to go to the my choice mode. And in the my choice mode you have various different options. You can select male or female, you can of course change the skin color, and these are the premises that I was talking about earlier, which do affect the outcome of the haircut. And of course you have the hair color, so you have a few options, but you can actually change that as the game development goes on. Of course, the hair type can be straight or curly, and we came up with this slide bar to actually adjust. So if the hair are really curly, you could slide it way down to the curly side, or if they're very straight, you can slide it down to the straight side. And by default, we have set it here. So, and once all of these selections are made, you can see all your changed model hair, and when you're happy with it, you can actually start the haircut And once again you would get a screen where you see your model and you can see how it looks, and you can do pretty much the same operation that you could do with the other mode, except here we have added the peak functionality. Now if you don't know what the peak functionality is, the basic idea behind this and behind coming up with this kind of interaction technique was that because this mode is for beginners, and a lot of the beginners will not know how it is that their haircut looks at a particular time, and they're not behind any goal, so they would like to know how it looks like, you know, if let's say they've been working on it for, let's say, 10 minutes. So if you don't want to finish your haircut yet but you still want to see how it looks, you can actually click on the peak button and it will show you how your haircut looks. So it will style your hair, the application will style your hair, and it will just show you how you look. So then there's also the option, we haven't really thought about it yet, but there are a lot of possibilities, and the possibilities can be endless. So with the same kind of cut you can actually have various different styles. So the other option could be many different styles here. And if you think that, you know, this is something that you are after and you think that this is a good style, you can actually um, finish your haircut, and this takes you to the feedback page. Or if you think that, you know, still want to change something, you know, it's not really perfect, you want to change some parameters, do a little more haircut or whatever, you can actually continue with your haircut and you will be sent back to the haircutting page. Now when I click on finish haircut, it will once again show me my final haircut and give me the option to give feedback and go back to home. One thing that I haven't really talked about in this video is how the user can interact with the 3D model, and there are actually a few options. You can actually zoom in, zoom out, you can you know, rotate the head, because since it's a 3D model, so that the idea in real life haircutting is that the barber can move around uh, the person and, you know, look at the head and the hair from every angle. And since we want to simulate that, that is exactly what we've done here. So since this is a 3D model, now Nikki will tell you more about how you can interact with it. And this is thanks from my side.
Okay, so after you have picked the parameters to the hair and colors and skin and so on, and you have also picked the hair type, what you want to do, or then just you have clicked free modeling, you can see only one bold head where you can now add some hair. The hair areas are 5 types. Left side and right side have the both own sections, and these sections are separated to the back side and front side, and the 5th one is top. And here is the top side. You can see there is only top of it, the hair. You can also pick the other sections and make multiple hair types there. And for here, when you have picked the area where you want the hair, you can then change the length of it. It can be very long or very, very short. Let's go with this side. Okay, and there is those other sections. For example, this is the right side and the front of the right side. Then third one will be right side and the back side. As you can see, these are separately now, but you can pick all of them and change the lengths and other parameters as well to each of them at the same time. Then there will be also left back side and the left front side. And basically what you can do here is of course rotate and zoom and pick the area where you want the hair and choose the hair length. There will be also possibilities to change, for example, how much hair is in each sections, where is that hairline going, and so on. And what comes to the other head, I can show it right away. This will be clipped if there is something middle. So this is the one, yeah. So if you have to pick the man head, you can see the bald man head, like you can see woman's head bald too. And you can also, next step will be adding hair to it. So you can, for example, pick the top side and you can then rotate it, zoom it, look a little bit how it looks and change the hair length. If you really want it, change it a little bit smaller, more smaller, and a lot of hair, and so on. And the same things can be done in this man's head as it was possible to do in a woman's head. So there is right front is there, then there is right back, then there is left back and left front, and also the top. Yeah. That's kind of it. And if you really want to change something, for example, the color of the head or hair color, then you can go and change it and come back. Then there is the button where you can press finished or start, and then you can see how it will be, how close it is what you have trying to do, or how close is it for the types of hair what this game has in his database. And then there is also that other button where you can press and the hair will float down, and you can see, for example, as a woman head, you can see how it goes down and did you like it. And for a man's head it was like going down like this and so on. That's kind of a thing.